So there's really 5 core elements of cooking, and those are sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and umami. How many of you have heard of umami? Okay, umami is a Japanese term. We are a Japanese company, so I have to add that one in there. But umami is a Japanese term, and it really indicates the savory or meaty sort of flavors. It's actually the flavor comes from fermentation more than anything else. So like miso and things like that. But so that's just a little FYI in case you ever get stuck on Jeopardy and you need to know what umami is. All right. By the way, I'm adding 2 cups of heavy cream. It's no calorie heavy cream, so don't worry. And 2 cups of, I actually use 2% milk. I was going to use whole milk, but I thought, no, why be a glutton about it? Anyway, so we're going to bring this up to a boil. Let that go. All right, so in marketing, you got those 5 elements in cooking. In marketing, I think there's 5 main things that I've seen make or break marketing campaigns. Target identification, capturing interest, a call to action, the brand identity that's created as part of the piece, and then ultimately, the most important thing is the response rates, right? The response rates. Without anything else, that is the most important part of a marketing piece. Every recipe can be improved. Every marketing plan can be improved. The way we do that is just like we do with a recipe. You deconstruct the recipe. So you might have some ingredients that are stale, that lack complexity, that are maybe a little too two-dimensional. Have you ever heard of staleness being referred to a marketing plan or marketing campaign? I heard about it earlier today, as a matter of fact. Talked about the stale old ideas in the 90s and whatnot, and you know, you don't like Facebook, but hey, your customers do, right? So the question is the approach that we're taking the way we've always done it, or are we catering to the palates of the consumers, getting more sophisticated over time? So a good chef has to start off understanding his demographic. Now, you can be an executive chef with Lucky Dogs, if you've ever been to New Orleans, my favorite city, or the executive chef of a white tablecloth restaurant. Both are valid chefs. One's not better than the other. They know what their target market is. They know who they're marketing to, and they know how to market to that crowd. The white tablecloth crowd likes the soft jazz playing in the background. The white tablecloth's a beautiful environment. The Lucky Dog crowd likes to be right next to the bar that they stumbled out of on Bourbon Street. But that's the truth. That's what is the target market for these guys. So when you go to a restaurant, you don't do it just one way. You don't go to a restaurant and have it just be one dish. There's not one dish for everybody. Why is it that we alter foods, that we got a menu of foods to cater to my personal preference, but when it comes to a direct mail campaign, too often, yeah, sure, maybe we're changing some pictures or doing some basic data mining, but why is it that we don't focus that entire piece on how it's designed to the personal tastes of the individual? And in general, it's because we don't know how to match the two together. So by knowing your diner, how well do you data mine? If you do data mine, or if your customers are data mining, are they really taking advantage of all the data points that they can? How many data points are you using in a typical mailer? Now, if this concept of data points is foreign to you, I mean, the data is what rules everything, right? We all want to own the data, whether you're a service provider, whether you're a customer, a vendor like us. I mean, you all want us to own the data, and the reason we want to own the data is that there's additional value that you can bring to that data and then lock in that customer into your offerings. Well, the important thing to do is understand what you have to change in your recipe, in your approach, to go after that target market of those individual people.